Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Katie, and today I'm going to be doing my November reading a journal setup. I know it's late. Things just got away from me the past week of October, and I had other things that I filmed, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take a break. I filmed something already, might as well put that one up instead. So we're gonna do it today, we're gonna get it done. I'm doing kind of a little bit of a vintage theme mixed with fall because it is Historathon this month. I kind of wanted to do a little bit more vintage theme. I'm not going to put a bingo board in here though, as I'm just loosely participating, but I figured, you know, November and fall does kind of have that vintage and historical feel to it. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and go to, I can't believe our journal is almost filled. Like, I cannot believe that. Still haven't done my October wrap up. Yeah, that's because I just got my ink today in the mail, or yesterday. So I can finally print those. So I have my journal here, and I'll share with you what I'm going to be using. So I have recollection stickers that are leaves, super cute. I'll try to link these down below if I can, but if I can't, I'll let you guys know. And kind of funny, I couldn't find my vintage or my brown craft paper, but I have this one. Don't pay attention to the summer. It's not summer, it's November. But it's beach house themed, but there is paper in here that's very vintage. I mean, look at the map, the green polka dots. A lot of this really isn't beach. See, that's not beach. Like, there's lots of stuff in here that's not beach. So it works. And you work with what you got, right? I didn't feel like looking. Okay, so I'll be using that, my Stazon ink, which I love so much. Sorry I'm losing my voice a little bit today. I've already filmed one video and I'm kind of tired. Okay, and then I'm going to be using some stamps in here. This is my stamp book. I love this stamp book. I found this at Hobby Lobby, not sponsored, but I love it so much, and it holds quite a few stamps in here. And then I'll be using my, which I haven't used yet, the Bees, Birds, and Butterflies sticker anthology. So I'm very excited to be using that one. I got this one at Michael's. Yeah, I think. But yes, I'm very excited to use that one because there's a lot of vintage styles. Probably going to be using more the birds than the butterflies and bees because that's more summer and spring. And yeah, and then I might be using a couple of Tombow brush pens maybe. All right, so let's go ahead and get started.
Hey everyone, so I'm going to do a voiceover now. And so yeah, really excited to get these pages done. It turned out really cute when I was finished with it. So I decided to use this kind of, I think it's a grid pattern brown paper, but I kind of like the torn method. I never used to. I used to only have straight edges, but I really like it. So I decided to go with that. I used some double-sided tape to stick it down. I never used glue. I don't know why, but I never have. Sorry about my head getting in the way, but I just wanted to make sure my paper was straight. I'm kind of picky with my paper being straight, but that's really the only thing I'm picky about. So the first page is just kind of my November title page. I also put my reading tracker on here as well. So for the pen, I use the Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen. Those are my favorite. So then I'm going in with my stickers. I decided to go with an owl theme because I feel like owls are very fall themed. We tend to hear quite a few owls during this season sometimes, or maybe more spring, I don't know, but they're just kind of cool. We do have them in the area. I've never really seen any, but we do hear them in the house. They're not in the house, but we do hear them. So I decided to add a couple owls and then a little bit of extra paper in the corners there. And I was trying to see if there's any other birds. That's okay. So I just stuck with the owls. I did see this really cool one with the tree. So I thought that was really cool. So I put that on the next page so I wouldn't forget. But yeah, I couldn't find any like hawks or anything that I like. So I thought I would just stick with the owl theme here. So then I'm going in. I have this really pretty key stamp. This is no longer available though. I got it from AC Moore and they're no longer around. So unfortunately, I can't link that for you, but it's one of my favorite stamps, and I thought I would just do a really fun key page. I tried to keep all the keys in the center, like underneath the paper, because I had an idea to kind of add strings and I didn't want to go all the way to the edge. So I just went in and tried to keep it all underneath the paper at the top. So it was hard. I had to count however many days there are in November. I had to count that many keys to fit in that spot. So it did take a while for me to count them all and make sure I had exactly the amount of days I needed. And then here I used my clear mat and I went in and painstakingly drew lines on all the keys to make sure they were all lined up and everything. So that took a long time. It really did. But it was worth it. I like the look of the lines. I like, rather than just the keys floating there, they're actually floating by strings. So really neat idea if you just want something simple and fun to kind of just have like almost like wind chime keys, really. So kind of cool. That would actually make a really cool wind chime though, wouldn't it? A whole bunch of keys. Maybe that would be a fun idea someday. But yeah, so just went in and finished up this page. Okay, this next page is my TBR around the world. This is where I keep track of my game. And then the other page I decided to do a little bit of an extra TBR. I tend to do that only because honestly I don't know really what to put on that second page usually, as I don't need a ton of space for my TBR around the world game. So I just end up usually adding an extra TBR. Let me know if you have any ideas for that extra page maybe, because I don't always need an extra page for my extra books I want to read, because a lot of the times I mood read after my TBR game is done, or instead of. So I've already done my TBR game this month, so you will hopefully remember that I got 5 books. So I did 5 spaces and I still need to write them in my journal. Have I done that yet? Yes, I have. Okay. I couldn't remember if I did or not. But I just added a little bit of extra washi tape and oops, I must have paused it for some reason, but I added washi tape to the other side. And now I'm going in with my book stamp, which I love. I love this book stamp so much. So I went in and just stamped up some books. It's so much easier and quicker than trying to draw all those in. I still have to draw sometimes, like here my stamp didn't work, so I'll have to draw those in, but it's much better with that stamp, so it works out great. Yeah, so I have all those extra spaces. I just took a micron pen and I drew in all those spaces that didn't stamp right away. So then this last page is my end of the month wrap up, which there's my head again. Sorry about that. As I said, I like my paper straight, so I have to move that. But yeah, I like to keep it simple for the last page as I read quite a bit. So I even tend to sometimes have an extra page. So I like to keep an extra page open after this, just in case I need it. So added a little extra washi tape and another owl, of course, to match everybody else. And there we go. Oh yeah, I forgot. I did add a couple of leaves that were foiled. Felt like I needed just something a little bit extra. I don't know if it really needed it or not, but it's too late now. I did it. But that's okay. We got a little extra foil. I feel like it needed a little bit of foil colors, because maybe just a little bit of shine to go in, a little bit of color, a little bit of leaves.
Okay, so this is the final flip through of my November reading journal. I think it looks really cute. I kind of changed stuff around, used a little bit more of scrapbook paper. It does bulk up my journal, like as I close it. I mean, this baby isn't closing very much anymore. That's okay. So I just really like it. I like using the owls. I feel like they're very fall themed. So it turned out really cute. My books to read, this is for review books that I need to get to, as well as finishing up reading challenges. There's more than this, but I felt like if I just complete the ones that are on here this month, then I'll be really all set and really good. I've already finished a couple, so that's nice. So yeah, and then my November wrap up, which I left pretty plain because I probably will have a big wrap up this month, so I wanted to have as much space as possible. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.